Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
Hi everybody. Oh, I should have done that. I was sitting here. Yeah, I should have posed coming into it like Sean did. I'm distracted here. I'm letting our friends on Discord know that we are live on youtube.com/carpoolgaming. But hi guys.
Let's
Hello.
all enter with a character entrance pose. Lockleaf has joined the show.
Can we have like we did
so
like
cute.
the I like that. We have like we have like our intro, like, music and video and stuff like that. It'd be cool if we had like wrestler intros. Like if we could just like come in with like a burst of smoke,
Seth.
like the Undertaker or something.
Every bit of life, it would be better with wrestling intros, I think.
Yeah.
Like work, getting on a bus, like everybody gets on and they've got their own wrestling intros. Come on, man. It'd be great. Podcasts, of course. Oh,
Yeah.
man. People come home from work and it's like,
I honestly, I just wish that like life had more music in it.
definitely
in general.
soundtracks
Like-
for our lives, man. Absolutely. Yes.
I love it.
Oh,
my
it'd be
gosh.
great. It'd be
Unpin
great.
it, says Yon32 in the
Unpin
chat.
it. Yes. Look, they told us loud and clear after, I think it was the post show last week. We're like, look, just a quick temperature check. Like, we realize we're kind of going a little nuts lately.
gone
What
too
do you
far?
think? People are like, no, you haven't gone far enough.
Never.
Yeah, haven't gone far enough. Sean,
Yeah.
Sean
Challenge
took a
accepted.
shower on the post show, last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That was
the
a
shower.
time.
That was,
Speaking of not far enough, apparently.
yeah.
If y'all lived through that, y'all
It's
can
an
live
audio
through anything.
only post show, by the way, for anybody wondering. It's
Yeah.
an audio only experience for
It's an
all
audio only
involved.
experience for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
It's audio
you
for
know.
y'all.
It was audio only for you. Don't give them the wrong idea here.
You walked off of frame, blessedly
Yes.
off of frame.
Yes.
But I will say too, real quick, we should make it clear, really quickly, this week before we get into it. I want to announce two things. First of all, huge things since we last met. First of all, two things. Since we were last here, we had Miles of Amanda sign up fully at the exclusive tier on patreon.com/carpoolgaming. So thank you very much for that, Miles of Amanda, who is in the chat watching us live. So shout outs to Amanda. Also, Peje EP, which I think is how you pronounce that. That's my best shot at it.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we're wrong on that, please correct us and let us know. But both of them came in, Peje EP at the gold member tier. So
Snap.
big thanks.
Thank
to,
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you very much. Wanted to say that. Secondly, normally you would get the post show as part of your exclusive member patronage. This week we are not doing a post show. Sorry. I won't get into it, but we're not going to do one this week. I know y'all are, very, very nice and kind and understanding in the community. Give us a little bit of grace. We appreciate it. No post show this week. Sorry. We'll be back next week. So
Sorry.
Sorry.
story. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to get that.
So instead, we're going to do a 2-hour main show
about
Just
RPGs and yeah.
Exactly.
You're probably not wrong about that. So we'll see. And awesome, Dave. Is it so everybody can go play Final Fantasy VIII? Not quite, but we'll get into it.
Final Fantasy
pin
9.
that. Yeah, we'll be playing 9 instead, Dave.
Oh,
So-
right. Pin it. We don't even utter
We're no rush.
an RPG title.
We're no rush.
Settle in. Everything's fine.
Just
Everything's fine
relax.
except for the squishmallows you get from McDonald's. Not fine. Cheap
Oh.
knockoffs. They're terrible. They're not
Are they
good.
Terrible
Yeah,
IRL.
not good.
Wait, did you get some?
We have a few. Actually, my kids did. I can't even say it was me. My kids showed me theirs, and like they're happy with them. Like they're cute and little, but like they're not. I don't know. It seems like just like any other toy at McDonald's, just a bit of a cash grab. But
Sure.
I mean, set your expectations appropriately. They're Happy Meal toys. They're not going to be.
Right.
They're not going to fit in on Lachlan's shelf or the areas beside the shelves, or going into the kitchen area,
bursting out of the walls.
Exactly, just coming out of the roof, out of the chimney.
Yeah, and Lachlan has had to replace the insulation in her home with Squishmallows.
So an R value of 50, I believe. I don't know, whatever that means.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
This show is for nobody. Yeah, that happens.
It's for me. I'm enjoying myself, okay? I have a great time with you guys.
I have a great time making the show. It's super fun. Okay.
Right. Was that two things?
That's the two things. I wanted to.
All right.
This is a good question from Matt Sawinski. Some person, new time chatter, in the chat. If you had to make a Happy Meal toy for each Nintendo Drive host, what would they be? Can we just get McNugget buddies made of us? That'd be good.
I would love that. Yes, please.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm. We need to figure out some sort of like manufacturing, like some sort of who's got a 3D printer out there? Like we gotta get
Hoppel
on this stuff.
Hoppel's got 3D printer. Yeah.
Oh snap! Yeah, we could. There could be something here.
Let's commission Hoppel. Yeah,
Hoppel,
make some toys. Yeah.
Yes, let us know how we can handle this. How we can figure this out. There must be a way. But yeah, that'd be great. You don't have to make like probably 10 at a time. I would imagine.
Right.
Ship them around the world. It'd be great.
We got our little plushy bobbies, that the great Lindsay O'Neill made for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Love you, Matt. Thanks for coming through, Matt. We appreciate you, Matt. But yeah, Happy Meal toys, maybe someday. We're just looking for that McDonald's sponsorship at that point.
Pretty much.
That's still it drives me crazy that McDonald's Canada has not tried to get in on this. I mean, this is a hot commodity.
What, Seth? I've flipped on this. They had their shot. All right, they had their chance.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go begging around McDonald's Canada. I'll just keep spending my money over there. Dollar drinks.
Keep giving your money
every day.
You had your shot and you blew it.
You blew it.
you
McDonald's Canada.
So much so you had 2 drinks last week.
I really did. Yeah. And I didn't think that I had Costco hot dogs for me last week, but it was waiting for me upstairs afterwards. I'm like, it was here the whole time. And I ate a rotten orange in a shower for a podcast. Like, what is my life even? Like, imagine trying to explain this. I'm glad this is a broadcast. Anyway.
Y'all, the reason we're not doing a post show is Lachlan needs to recover from last week's.
Yeah,
we're getting a little comfy with each other. Hey,
hang on, a little intimate.
You stay right there. Let me fire up the shower that's like right over there, and point the microphone in that direction as well.
He's not.
Yeah, that
happened.
For just $3 a month at patreon.com/carpoolgaming or for free. Try it for free.
That's true. Free 7-day free trial to the
free trial, man. What a time. What is this? Holy cow.
Manscaped, where you at? Got
Manscaped,
the shower.
Exactly. Yeah, who else is doing that? Justin Masson. Come on, dude.
Yeah. If Justin Masson didn't even have a beard. All right. We can face of Manscaped right here.
Exactly.
I'll sell out.
You're a guy who I don't know. You know what? I don't think I want to get into the nitty gritty of the Manscaped, like what that's all about. Maybe I'll just leave that alone. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Just screech on the brakes there. Okay.
Yeah. I got you.
Pin it.
Pin it. Pin it and never unpin it.
Good God. You know what? I think there might be an issue. Like, obviously the decision is made. We're not doing a post show, but like we might find that maybe it's good to have it just to save the things for that. Like, it's a good release afterwards.
That's true. Yeah.
So this show could be in danger this week.
It could be. It could be a weird one. It could be.
I'm in danger.
High voltage. Okay. Let's talk about video games. What have people been playing? What's been going on?
What are your video games?
What are video games? Let's talk about video games. What are they?
Well, what are colors first?
What are colors? There's only so much visible light that we have on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a nosebleed kind of show, you guys. Cross-eyed, not knowing which
him.
way is up. There's no upside down in space. That is so strange. There's no right way up. Oh. Man. Yeah, right? Because there's no ground. Like, how do you know if you're upside down? That doesn't make any sense. It's not even a concept in outer space.
You did this to him, Lachlan. You did this to him.
I just
You're
love
to
how
blame
he
for that.
said ground.
Ground.
There's no ground nowhere.
There ain't no ground in
no
space.
Ground.
You're just floating around up in there.
Well, we've set out to make a pretty different Nintendo podcast, and I think we've accomplished that, y'all.
We've achieved that.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Games? Is that
games. Well, I was waiting for, Seth asked a question. I was waiting for people in the chat just to enter their answers, and we would just read those out because that's kind of how we do questions.
That's what it is anyway. We just, piggyback. What are
your favorite RPGs? Well, hopefully there's people in the chat because they usually answer this for us. Yeah, they probably know.
Ryan Turford says, "Happy Tuesday, where there ain't no ground."
There ain't no ground on Tuesdays.
What have you been playing, Lachlan? What's going on? Talk to me.
I finished an island on Animal Crossing.
Yes.
Cardinal, my no items themed island, is fully complete, and that video tour / stream address is up on my channel if you want to visit. So that is done. Dunskies, one island down, one to go. I'm super close on my other one too, but it's I need a break for a moment. I need a breath before I continue that one some more. But yeah, that's basically what I've been playing, is that, just to get it done. Get her done.
Get her done. I love that. There's, if I look distracted, it's because I am. There's a little gnat flying on my ring light, and I'm like sitting here just like, so anyways.
With a G?
Yeah.
A
gnat.
Gnat? Oh, no. Yeah. You got to get rid of that.
It must have come in from outside. I was just walking my dog, and it was a brisk 92 degrees Fahrenheit outside. It felt great. I was like, "What, fall? Is that you, Peje?" That was me. I was like, "What's going?" It was 92. It's like 92 degrees. What's going on? This feeling good right now.
What is this?
I don't get
when you live in hell, 92 is a nice temperature. Anyways, Sean, what have you been playing?
2012's classic on the Wii.
Yes.
I bust out my Wii some more, playing The Last Story, which, I'd love to tell you about the voice acting. I would love to tell you about the music of this game, but I can't hear the damn thing because of the spinning of the disc in the Wii U. Every 2 seconds it's loading something like, it's like, it's obnoxious. And it's like, I guess I haven't played a game on disc in like a system like this in a long time, where it's like, I guess just playing from the disc, like voice dialogue is playing straight off the disc. It's very strange. But The Last Story is a game that I don't know if it's very good, and I can't stop playing it, y'all. Until the moment we came over here, I was like, okay, if I can squeeze in as much time to play this game.
Wow.
As bad hair. I think the characters suck. I think the story is not that good. I think the camera system is brutal. The battle system is very mediocre at best. Character motivations are lame and not all that compelling, but I understand it. So right. I guess I'm playing this, and I've now discovered a spot where you can, grind away. You do a battle, you level up. I'm like, dopamine hits guaranteed here, fam. Like it's really, really good, I guess.
I love that.
I'm very curious on like what the general thoughts are on this. I actually haven't, I don't even want to look it up. I was just about to do the open critic kind of thing. Sure. I don't know where this landed because I don't want it to, color my opinion of it. But I think it's not good. I think this game is,
if you're enjoying it, it's good.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. I think I do have a lot of games that like I don't think are good that I enjoy, and I don't think that it has to be any more complicated than that. The main character, Zale, has a terrible haircut. Zale. Yes. He's got a bad look. But it does have some funny moments to this. There's a love interest, of course. There's this lady. She's trapped in a castle. She doesn't want to be there. The family's gonna like marry her off to some douchebag because power and greed and whatnot. But then somebody attacks and they escape and they go off together. Now she's on this adventure with you. And he's kind of awkward. He's not really with the ladies. He doesn't have very many moves. And he's trying to make like these moments happen. And you can decide, like, do I go console her or do I just like do nothing? So of course you do the, pat her on the back. And he goes to do it and he trips, falls over and like splashes in the lake below. And it's hilarious. It's actually kind of wacky and kind of whimsical. And then he climbs back up, and there's a narrator that comes in because it's the last story. There's a lot of storytelling that's happening. And he goes, yeah, well, he dried himself off and ran back up, and as if nothing happened. So you basically get to reset the whole scenario. Do you go to console her, or do you do nothing? And you try it again, and the same scenario plays out again. You fall over the edge, crashes into the water. It's hilarious, sort of. And that's kind of, you live for those moments, I guess, Seth.
So when is it the last story?
I think this is it. I think this is the last story.
They didn't do another one.
Exactly.
No,
it would have been weird if they did.
You say there's always a story, or the story is always being told. When is it the last?
It's an ongoing thing. I guess where I think it comes in is every once in a while, a narrator kind of comes in out of nowhere and explains a few things. And then you kind of go on to the next chapter.
It's not like grandpa it doesn't come in and say and then leave you for a bit and come back and say 2 more words.
And then like 20 hours later, last story.
Not yet. I'm waiting for the last story to show up in like a line of dialogue, and it's like, that's the name of the game.
The Leo.
That's what I'm playing. So I don't know, man. It's not very long. I'm really questioning my own motives here. I should be playing Baldur's Gate. Starfield is coming out very soon. Probably could be playing Pikmin. Of course, there's Tears of the Kingdom. There's other games to play, but I'm playing this game on the Wii, on my Wii U with that's the thing that I want to tell you guys. I just like the controllers. I just like having that Wii remote and the nunchuck on the other side. Look, don't misunderstand. The game controls horribly. Like, it's starting to get a little bit complicated. There's new moves, there's new things, spells and whatnot, new complications. And it's like, keep this thing simple, because I only got one thumbstick. Okay. I don't have a dual thumbstick situation, but I can have my hands like nice and lazy and apart. I'm just kind of on my old man recliner, just got my hands to my side and just playing the dang last story.
I love playing games that way. I really like it. Honestly, it's gotten to the point where like I will actively make the decision. It's too bad the Joy-Con battery don't last longer, because I will sometimes, like playing Pikmin, for example, do exactly that. Pop off the Joy-Con, sit back, and just like be lazy about it. And I love that. So I miss it.
Oh, I have notes, so I wanted to reference a few of these bullet points. I did almost have an Ingrid moment. There's a giant spider boss. Hopefully, I'm not spoiling anything crazy, but there's spider monsters.
Spoilers for an 11-year-old game.
Yeah, exactly.
Too soon.
There's a giant spider, and he can kind of wrap you up in its spider web and eat your party members. So 2 of them disappeared, and I thought I was about to have an Ingrid moment, Lachlan. I kind of was hoping for it. I thought, that thing has been that human being, my friend, has just been consumed. So there's obviously no coming back from that. And I beat the spider and they kind of crawled out, so they're fine. No permadeath in The Last of Us so far. The Last of Us. The last story. Good God.
The Last of Us. I didn't even recognize that.
Yeah. I think that's all my notes. Oh, there's no quest log. Sorry. No. One more thing. There's no quest log. You can go get like side quests, and like some lady wants some eggs and bacon and whatever else. And she tells you that she wants this, but you have to write it down, y'all. You have to remember that this is something that somebody asked you to do. It's a very linear kind of game. There's some open spaces, but it's definitely not open world. Once you move on, you're going to be on a boat somewhere. You're going to be on an island and all these other things. So kind of weird.
Like that? Like, do you kind of like that though, or is it just annoying?
I don't know. I feel like there's something there should be something charming about it. It'd be like, oh, I should totally jot that down, because there also is something about side quests. Is maybe this is a little peek into RPG themed kind of episode we've got going on here.
That's right.
There's something too almost easy, almost zombie brain, turn your brain off and just, I guess I'll load up this side mission, and the waypoint is going to direct me where to go, and I'll just go do that. Like it's not really like you're not really active into it. So there is something about that, but like I easily could miss something here. So who knows?
Yeah.
I used the map though, Lachlan.
I'm proud of you, Sean. I'm proud of you, which is why I I am highly concerned that you have to write things down to remember it because you're not gonna do it.
I have to do it like right away, or it's not
you'll
getting done
forget.
at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I have been doing that.
Jeez.
but I don't know why I get excited to tell you these things, Lachlan, because like they make me look like an absolute idiot. How do I contribute to this family? Like I have a house. You know, like how is this possible?
People rely on me.
Seriously, they really count on me. But I can't play this game. I go to the lady and she's like, I think it was like, I don't even remember. That's the whole point of the story. Is like 3 eggs, 1 almond, and something else. And I couldn't remember what the order was, like 3 of what and 2 of this or whatever. I went back 3 times until I finally went, okay, look, I'm buying 3 of everything you got. I'll bring it back and that'll be that.
Sean's like 3 almonds, 1 egg.
It's like, no. She's like, I already told you this 6 times. Oh man, I went back and forth. So it's a good thing there's decent fast travel, at least in those areas.
Oh my gosh. If they do that in like a future game where you have to write it down, like I feel like the dialogue should change the amount of times you go back to the NPC. And I feel like that should be part of it.
So,
like I already told you.
Seriously.
Do you have a pen? Get a pen.
This is why I'm surprised when people get annoyed with me in real life. Like, well, I play a game, they just repeat the line. They just say it over again.
How about in something like Baten Kaidos on the
I was going to bring it up.
where,
I was going to bring it up. Same.
I knew you were going to bring it up, so I figured I'd beat you to it. The cult classic GameCube JRPG that's getting remastered actually next month for Switch. That's for you, Nagachaka. I know Nagachaka would appreciate that. In that game, if you get sent on a side quest to buy like some milk or some cheese, it could spoil. It could just spoil, and actually, it can give it like different properties actually, because you can use that stuff in that game. Any item can be used in battle in a different way, and like a spoiled bottle of milk or whatever could do like some kind of like poison damage.
Yeah, as it should.
Sean
which is neat.
Spoil milk on purpose.
You could, right? Yeah, you get
like
a rotten
your romance options. You're like, hey, she's like, is that spoiled milk on you? Like, what is, you smell terrible.
Yeah. So that's a neat little thing there.
Well,
neat. I appreciate your report on
I appreciate
the last
I'm not done
report.
yet. Yeah, I will. I will continue to bring the people up to date.
Wait, I had an epiphany. You wrote down notes to tell us about the game, but while you're playing the game, you don't.
Yes, yeah, I really am. Like honestly, they're a combination of handwritten and that's amazing.
I was like, wait a minute, we're glazing over something that I just realized.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
You saw the Matrix there. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Will not write down those side quests. Absolutely not.
Hang on though, got to take the notes for Lachlan instead.
I was almost late for the show because I needed to find a save point though, so it's one of those kind of games.
Wait! I gotta make myself sound stupid. I gotta write all these notes down. God forbid I write down while I'm playing a quest so I don't sound stupid.
Yeah, you got a point.
I love it. I'm happy you're playing it. It makes me happy.
Yeah, same. Yeah, totally.
It makes me happy. I'm glad.
It's so weird. I don't know why am I like I'm playing it actively and watching it going, there's not much like great about this. I'm just trying to sit there and sort out is there anything standout-ish at all about this? And it's playable.
If you hated it though, you would stop. Like
it's so weird. Yeah. I guess so.
Like, tears didn't really like grip you or catch you in any way for you to still be playing it. So I feel like that's.
I mean, maybe it's just he's surrounded by a bunch of characters, so I guess that's enough. You know, Link's all by himself. Yeah.
That's true. Well, and I'll say too, there was last week I regretted how angry I was last week on the show.
Oh, don't regret it. No regrets. No regrets.
I felt like last week I was uncharacteristically upset. It was raw. I had some time to marinate on it, meditate on it a little bit. I don't take back anything I said. I stand by everything I said. I think I was right. I think I was right, but I do regret being so worked up over it. Okay.
We kind of let you do we kind of let
Oh
you.
yeah, we allowed it.
I know. And people like, people left nice, but it was funny. I was going back and I was making the shorts for last week's episode. I was like, Jesus, I was really mad I was on one, and I saw some of the comments on some of those shorts, and a lot of them were just like, pilled up Pokemon fans being like, "There's no problems with these games. What is this dude talking about?"
Did you say pilled up? Like they're taking pills? Oh, okay.
It's like a new kid slang. The idea is like it's like a Matrix reference, I guess. Like you're taking the pill to stay in the Matrix.
I get it.
Right?
Makes sense.
So they're
just want to make sure.
Yeah, they're pilled up. And so these Pokemon fans are, they've convinced themselves that the game has no objective faults, which is fine. But there was somebody in the beginning of one of those shorts, you were holding up your copy of the last story, and there was a person who commented like, "What is this dude talking about? The game is good." And the person replied, "Yeah, the last story is good."
Nice.
Yeah. I thought that brought me a lot of joy.
Yeah, I think people have fondness for the last story. But yeah, I don't know if I see it just yet. But who knows? Look, I'm still waiting for like some sort of character that all the characters are one dimensional. They're all like, here's the alcoholic over here, and here's the leader over here. Like the leader's probably gonna die. The alcoholic will find sobriety. The star-crossed lovers will kind of sort out their stuff. So like, I don't know, man. Who knows? It's weird.
I love it, dude.
It doesn't really look all that good.
Noted JRPG fan Sean Capri in here, like
That's
bringing
me.
the heat.
That's me.
Yeah.
But I'm still playing it.
I do feel like, and we'll, of course we will pin this for later in the show.
Okay.
But I do feel like there has been there's been a void left while Ryan has been on break of RPG. Like we have the RPG week going on.
Yes,
like the community
grenades.
Yes, everybody is totally fired up over rocket propelled grenades this week. So, yeah. What's going on in that bowl there, Sean? What do you got in there right now?
Probably some decent oranges.
The last of my oranges collection is in here.
Are they good?
Will this one be moldy? I don't want to find out on the show because like the whole point about eating the orange in the shower was like you're cleaning, like you're and the oils, I think you said too. But I have had other oranges out of this batch that have been good. I just want to let you know. But I am traumatized from that. I'm worried there's going to be like either another moldy orange is happening, or like a worm or a giant caterpillar, like a hungry caterpillar, if you like, is
a hungry caterpillar.
Hungry caterpillar. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I guess I'll just maybe I should just eat hamburgers from McDonald's instead of oranges and food.
Well, that's how you get to America.
Mouse says get in the shower. Oh my god! Dance,
Sean,
monkey, dance.
Sean, if you were to open that orange right now, would that be like an unboxing, like an orange unboxing?
I think it might be. I think it might. It's too much. There's too much spray. The citric juice. I don't want that. Don't like it. Even holding it. That was a little. Now I got to clean my mouse and my keyboard because it's just the oils.
The oils. Yeah. Okay. Well, can I talk to y'all about marbles?
Oh yeah. Marble it up.
And Quake. I hope you're going to talk about Quake, but also marbles.
Oh, I should talk about Quake. Yeah, I forgot to put that in. I did play a little bit of Quake. Quake 2.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Peje EP, we mentioned earlier, jumped in at the gold member, is in the chat. What is up, Peje? I hope we're saying that correctly.
I hope we're saying that right.
The fact they say the fact that I subbed to the Patreon and the first pro show that I heard was when I jumped in the shower. I don't think anything could top it. Well, we retired the post show. Apparently, we're not doing it anymore.
Look, welcome all in. Welcome in. Not that we'll be back next week, but not this week. But yeah, that was a good episode of the post. That was one for the books.
Oh man, it was something.
But yes,
it was.
Marbles.
Speaking
of showers.
Speaking of showers, marbles. But Quake though is very good. Quake 2 is really good. I picked it up on Switch because it shadow dropped during QuakeCon or whatever. I never played it. I'd never played Quake 2, Sean. And I I'd always heard, good things as a classic like FPS, blah blah blah. And man, like it's beautiful. Like it runs great. It's got gyro aiming on Switch if you're into that sort of thing. I'm not particularly, but if you are, and it's just like this breezy, fun, like secret filled FPS. Like I was so impressed. Like I was just playing the first level and I went through and I just found a whole other area.
Seth is gone. Seth just legit got dropped from the melon call just in that moment. We'll bring him back, but I'm glad. I thought he had like a power outage. Welcome back to the show, Seth.
Whoa, what happened? Hi,
you were just
like
gone.
You were talking to Quake.
I was talking to Quake. Oh my gosh. Hi. Well, I'm back, I guess. Yeah, I found a secret area in Quake, and I was just like going around. It's like you discovered a secret level. I was like, oh snap. This is awesome.
That was all in the first level. So it was great to watch because you have a playthrough. People should definitely go check it out at youtube.com/allin. Right? I always just click on the thing.
It's just all in podcast. Yeah.
My apologies.
Yes.
People should definitely check it out because I've played that first level so many times, Seth, that I just go like I beeline it for the finish. But you kind of did like this. You were kind of like stuck in the little like lake there for a while. And you're like, oh, surely it's something over here. I'm like, Seth, no, like there's nothing. There's nothing over here. And then all of a sudden you started showing me things. I'm like, oh, snap. Oh, look at this little area. And there's a secret here. And there's, find your powerful weapon. You get that super shotgun. And you're like, yeah, of course. This thing's called a super shotgun.
It was sick.
You playing that. It was such a good Let's Play. Like, yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I think other people will enjoy it as well. And you kind of like discovered the way that it looked. Like you kind of reacting to it was... I don't know. That's just the way Let's Play should be. I almost don't want to like get too much in your head because you just did it so naturally. But you fired off that super shotgun and the flies start coming at the meat of the dead guys around. You kind of calling these things out and notice them. If I was playing Quake 2, I would have just like I said, fired through that level. But you kind of like got to discover it for the first time.
I like to marinate.
Cool to watch.
Yeah. I like to marinate. Yeah, I like to get in there and I like to futz around and figure it out, especially with me, like I'd never played Quake 2, so it was kind of nice to get in there and see what all the fuss was about, so it was neat. And that super shotgun is legit. I love a good shotgun. Like, isn't it great when you can get like a good, and like the way they do it is so satisfying because if there's an enemy, this is going to sound gross, but if there's an enemy that can take like more than one shot, you'll kind of knock like a chunk of like their flesh off first. Yeah. And then the next shot, they just explode everywhere. It's pretty good. It's satisfying.
$10.
And $10. And it comes with, there's like a new campaign that they made for it. Like they made like a new, I think it's called like Call of the Machine. I think it's made by Machine Games that like straight up they like made a new little mini campaign for it. Quake 64 just is in there also.
That's crazy.
So really cool. And multiplayer and like crossplay.
Oh, we got to play some multiplayer. Heck yeah.
Yes. You can apparently do co-op. I would love to play co-op.
Oh, can we do it? Let's do it.
Yes. Okay. I would love to do that. So anyways, Quake 2 is really good. But Sean, it's funny, Jan32 is like the Xbox Drive is tomorrow. The next two things that I want to quickly touch on are also Xbox Drive adjacent. If y'all remember, on the Xbox Drive 300, I listed off my favorite Xbox and Xbox 360 games. And I talked about two things. Jet Set Radio Future, one of my favorite games of all time, and Marble Blast Ultra, which is another of my favorite games of all time. Both of them are getting spiritual successors this week on the Nintendo Switch. And let me tell you something. Everything is coming up Seth when it comes to those games. It is very good. So Marble It Up Ultra is the first thing I want to touch on, which is the spiritual successor to Marble Blast Ultra, which, fun fact, Ryan revealed during Xbox Drive 300 that Ryan got to play that game with Rihanna, which is, something that that was good.
That's just Ryan's life,
Yeah, just
he's always doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
Ryan.
And by the way, and Ryan, you might have to listen to this episode. So we interviewed the devs for Marble It Up Ultra, which comes out this week. And I did ask them about that Rihanna promotion and if they had anything to do with it. And, it was a really good interview. We're doing that on All In this week. But we've been playing Marble It Up Ultra. I've been playing it for about the past week and a half or so. And dude, like, these games are just so like they're zen, they're arcadey, they're fun. Like they tap into that neon white like speed run, sort of thing. I've already got a few world records in the game. Granted, nobody else is like playing it yet except for press or whatever. So I imagine when the game comes out fully on the 17th that I'll immediately be dethroned on a lot of those. But they're also, as a team, this is a team of 6 people that are making this game, and they're doing everything right. It's got full crossplay. It's dropping on all platforms. It's going to come out on everything. And if you own the original Marble It Up on Switch or PC, you can just upgrade to Ultra for free. And
wow.
Which is awesome. And just stuff they didn't have to do. Like they didn't, there's a lot of just little considerations paid. There's a ton of like unlockables, a bunch of different marbles you can put little hats on your marble.
Oh, now we're talking. Give it to me, Seth. Yeah.
It is so good. There's multiplayer now for the first time. You can play, they basically put like Rocket League into the game. Like you can just smack the marbles into soccer balls and play soccer with it. There's a zombie mode, like a mode where you can like infect the other marbles and turn them into zombies. There's a mode they call sumo, which is kind of like knock other people out of the ring, like classic marbles, like when you're a kid throwing marbles and knocking them out of the ring. It is so good. The level design, the music, it's all top notch. I love this game, man, and I hope that people give it a shot. It comes out on the 17th. And it's got a launch window discount. Again, if you own the original, you can pick this one up and upgrade it for free. It is excellent. It is
Give me the name again. Marble what?
Marble It Up Ultra.
Marble It Up Ultra.
Yeah, we've got a huge, like hour-plus long interview with many of the devs on this week's episode of All In. Luke Lohr, shout-outs to Luke Lohr, also interviewed 2 of the devs on Xbox Expansion Pass this past week, and that was a good interview too. So, and Eric, my co-host on All Ends here in the chat, one of the best interviews we've ever done. I agree. It was really, really good. And I can't wait for people to play this game. I love it so much. And it's important to me because like Marble Blast Ultra was kind of like there for me. It was one of those games where like when you get into, I was kind of entering adulthood when that game came out. And I was kind of figuring out like what that meant to me, and I was kind of just like sad 18-year-old or whatever. And, kind of fit like, oh man, yeah, like where am I going, in my life or whatever. And I would just play Marble Blast Ultra and just kind of like parse out my thoughts. Like it's a meditative kind of game, and I got to tell them how much that game meant to me, and it was nice. So anyways,
is it like game. Super Monkey Ball? Is that, I'm trying to decipher what the gameplay is from these screenshots. I have wishlisted this game, and apparently it's 10% off if you pre-order it.
Yes.
On the eShop.
I will. It's so Super Monkey Ball is weird because a lot of games like that, you're moving the stage, right? Like in Monkey Ball, you're kind of tilting the stage. You are controlling the marble in this, and it is all about physics. Like they have created the best feeling like rolling ball physics you could imagine to get through these levels, and just like the speed. I wish it had a demo. This game, I think, could really use a demo because I think that most people, if you played it, would immediately get it. Like it would just make sense right away if you get your hands on it. So, but it's really good. I really like it a lot. So
I'm just trying to figure out how they have hats and roll.
How the marbles roll?
Yeah, no, like you said, you could put hats on them, right? Do they wear the hats when they roll?
The hat stays like still while the marble like rolls under it. Yeah. Yeah, it's not getting like crushed like
a BB-8 kind of situation.
Yes, totally.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. I was
so my marble, my current setup, there are probably 200 different customization options. Like there's a ton. And you unlock them in different ways. Some of them are like doing little challenges, like little achievements kind of in the game. Some of them are when you do well in a stage, you'll get these shards. There's no microtransactions, but
shards is a word we could get rid of.
Yeah.
We could.
Not crazy about shards.
Shards,
not crazy
not a good
about
word.
That.
Yeah.
But you unlock shards if you do well in a stage. And you can spend those on some of the unlocks as well. And then they'll also hide these little item boxes in crazy parts of the level. Like My wife and I had a lot of fun this past weekend, just like figuring out where a lot of those were. My wife. And so that's really cool too. My current setup, I've got this marble that looks like a creamsicle. So it's orange with like vanilla running through it. And he has headphones on. And his trail, because you can get a trail behind them too, is like a vaporwave pixel trail. So it's really good.
I'm down. I'm sold, man. All the customization too. And you can have AI Drellesh show up too. And help you out with it. It looks like you're trying to customize this marble.
Customize your marble, yeah. And then, so that's Marble It Up Ultra. I hope y'all check it out. It's really good. And I also want to shout out Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which I haven't played yet. But that is that game's a dream come true to me. It comes out on Friday. I cannot wait. That's a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio Future, which depending on the day you ask me, might be my favorite game of all time. And it's unbelievable to me that game exists and that it's coming out, and it's been in development for a really long time, and I've been really excited, and it's finally coming.
It looks exactly like it.
It is spot on.
It looks exactly the same. Yeah.
They've nailed it. So yeah, I just wanted to share my excitement. I'm going to be, I guess to further plug the All In channel, I guess I'm going to be streaming it on the All In channel, on Friday, basically all day. So anybody who wants to check it out can see me over there.
I wish I could easily plug my Wii U into take it. Not that it's impossible, but bring the Wii U over here, to stream The Last Story over on our Twitch channel. Of course,
wouldn't be too hard.
No, it's a lot of cables. It's a lot.
Yeah.
No, it's staying put. Yeah, it's never getting put away. Actually, it's just staying there.
Yeah.
So
I have
expect
my
more
arm's reach.
Wii U games.
I keep it right here at all times.
You really
my
do.
Trusty,
Look at that. Yeah.
My trusty Wii U, Sean.
Yeah, good.
So,
well, there's only so
there
many
you go.
left.
Ryan comes in and says, I would like the record to show there is a demo for Marble It Up Ultra on Xbox. Don't know about other platforms. So yes, please check and see if there's a demo on your platform of choice. Please download it and give it a shot. It is excellent. And Ryan, I know that Ryan is a Marble Blast fan. You will love this game, Ryan. It is perfect. In fact, the developers of that game they are the developers of Marble Blast and Marble Blast Ultra. They're the same people. So yeah.
I mean, this could have been the thumbnail for the show.
Yeah.
A marble with a hat.
Anyways. Anyway, I'm sorry to roll on for so long.
Oh, stop. Nope. No.
About Marble It Up, but it's really good. Anyways.
Speaking of turning. Yeah, speaking of turning. We have questions, and one is kind of related to turning. Presto the Magnificent asks, if you could turn one Nintendo franchise into a musical, what would it be?
Kirby musical.
Yes.
It
kind of already is. They finish a level and
yep.
And they had
I want D. Did y'all ever have y'all ever seen any clips or anything of the Kirby animated series? The Kirby anime where DDD just sounds like a oil baron or something.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I would love to see that as a musical. This high, all these lights and colors of DDD, just yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Kirby would be a good musical.
I go Donkey Kong Country. I think it's got great music anyway, and over-explain the paper thin story that's going on here. Just really sit in those moments and
get
explain
me on
what's
that,
going
Sean.
on. Give me a 5-minute song for just now I'm in the water.
Sean, you might not know this. The Donkey Kong Country animated series, the computer generated animated series, did have many musical moments, including the classic "Eddie, You Gotta Bring Me Back to My Home," where Donkey Kong dies and is at the mercy of Eddie the Yeti, who is a ghost that is able to control if Donkey Kong goes back to his body or not. So yeah,
good times. Yes, I knew it was in there somewhere.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Good question.
Anyways, good question. What do you think, Lachlan? Just co-signed Kirby?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I wanted to say Animal Crossing, but I think Kirby's the better answer for that.
Animal Crossing would be good too, though. Yeah,
well, then
definitely.
They would just be like, they'd just be like, all the songs would be that.
90 minutes.
Do you ever, Lockleth, do you, let me ask you this. I feel like I'm crazy. Sometimes when I play Animal Crossing,
you can
I
understand
feel
what
like
they're
I
saying.
can, every now and then.
Every now and again, you
I feel like I can pick out a word.
And like,
Like, what is that?
I don't know, but I'm right there with you.
I'm
like,
glad I'm not alone.
I'm listening as it's being like spelt out, and I'm like, I hear it.
Sean's like, what are you talking about?
Sean has nothing to say. He took a shower with an orange that was moldy last week, okay?
Yeah. Who's the crazy one?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you're right.
Moldy orange. Stay over
Every
there.
now and then, I feel like I just sometimes hear something. Like they're like I get it. That's what they said. Yeah. Anyways. Any other questions?
So we have a lot of questions that's related to the topic, but I'm going to pick out a few of these other one-off questions. One being from Quagmire, who has been playing or attempted to play Hollow Knight. After my failed attempts to get into Hollow Knight, I need a cozy game recommendations. I've only played New Horizons on the Switch. Which ones do you recommend? Preferably games that have a physical copy.
Oh, a physical copy. Ooh.
Quagmire's into the physicals. So.
Oh, also, speaking of Quake, not cozy at all. Limited Run has a crazy collected edition.
Big box.
And steelbook and everything. So I've got to thank you for, I think that might actually have gone on sale today, perhaps. Sale.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Mentioning that did not help me at all think about a cozy game to recommend with a physical.
There's a physical for Stardew Valley, I think.
Yeah,
I think
there's a physical for that.
Yeah, you can get it from like Fangamer, I think. And I don't know if Quagmire's played Stardew Valley or not, but that game really is excellent. Like that game is so like I know that it's like very popular and like well known and stuff, but it deserves to be. Like it's so good. So that might be a thing. Ooblets has a physical. I think
Ooblets is a good one, and yes, it does have a physical. I got mine through Fangamer, which I would definitely recommend because Fangamer hasn't let me down, and they're quick to ship, unlike some others that have been referenced already.
You know what, Lockleth? You know what? Because you and I have talked about this.
Are they better?
have. I ordered Night in the Woods from them.
Okay.
Which went on sale in late January, and I got it like a week ago. So that was That's like a 5-6 month turnaround, something like that. A little better than it used to be. I waited like a year and a half for Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah, so, I waited maybe 10 months for Garden Story.
Yeah, so they have improved. I will give them credit. They have improved. So
I do have the new Story of Seasons game, which is a physical for it, but it's more I guess less. If you want something that's not really, you don't have to really take care of your farm, like the farming thing, like for money it's you could do that, but it's not really heavy on that. It's more heavy on just talking to the village people,
YMCA.
To the village people and like having those relationships and like building a family, like that type of cozy, then I would suggest it.
Yes. And Brian Eck asks in the chat, does Spiritfarer have a physical? Yes, it does.
It does.
Have it. Yeah.
Spiritfarer is another good one. Another great one, especially for the music.
That was my answer. I was just checking to see if there was one. And you can get it directly from Spiritfarer's website, actually. Collector's edition, standard edition. There's a vinyl soundtrack you can pre-order. I was just checking this out.
Oh, yeah. Soundtrack is so good.
Yep. Best Buy, GameStop, Amazon.com.
Let's go.
Put that there. I'm gonna go Spiritfarer. That's what I'm. That's
a good one.
Yep.
That's a great game. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Just honestly, just one of the most gorgeous games. Like just you look at it, just beautifully drawn. Yeah. Definitely check that out.
The story, it'll make you cry.
The premise and everything is wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. We talk about this sometimes. Like, is it a pitch? Is it a selling point for the game? Like, put it on the box. Like, this will make you cry. Like, that's what people they reach for it. I guess it's.
I do. I look for stuff like that. Sometimes I need a good cry, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good game.
I get it. Sometimes I just cry on my own though. You know?
Yeah, that's true. So I'll just chop an onion real quick and take care of that.
Yes, Star Athena Spirit. It's very good. So yeah, I like that additional kind of like degree of difficulty on the question. Not just any cozy game.
Gotta have a physical. I like that. Yeah. Okay. What do we got? What's next? What do we got here?
So Darth Stridius is very curious about our eating habits and asks, what are your favorite sandwiches?
I like a good Reuben. I like a Reuben.
Okay.
Yeah.
My dad had a Reuben. We went out for dinner a couple weeks ago, and he couldn't stop talking about this Reuben. It was so awesome. He enjoyed the mess out of that Reuben, man. Oh, he's like, I haven't had a Reuben in years, and he just it hit. It landed for
Reubens are great. I love them. A Cuban sandwich. I love a good
Cubans
Cuban
and
sandwich.
Reubens. All right.
Yeah, Cubans and Reubens, baby.
And Reubens and I'm gonna stop before I say something bad.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I just like a good. So I made probably the best at-home sandwich I could make for myself with the materials and ingredients that I have. Just regular wheat bread with mayo and mustard. 2 slices of tomato, like the big, like tomatoes that you slice for a sandwich. 2 slices of that. Turkey. But before you add the tomato, heat up the turkey with the condominiums, as I like to call them, even though they're condiments.
Condominiums.
Oh,
yeah,
the condominium fees.
Them condominiums and the turkey and the cheese, the cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar.
Oh, I love sharp cheddar.
You heat it up in the microwave, make it a warm sandwich, and then you add the tomatoes and the lettuce. Keep them cold when it comes out.
Sounds pretty good.
I've already forgotten all the ingredients.
I know. Write it down.
I didn't like
write it down.
Gotta write it down. Bust out that iPad.
Write it down.
Eric shouts out that post-Thanksgiving turkey sandwich, which is that's pretty good. That's pretty. Look, you get a turkey sandwich, you put some mayo and salt and pepper on that thing, and it's like pretty good.
I'll have to agree with you on 32 as well. A po' boy.
Po' boys are good.
Delicious.
I like a po' boy. Yeah, I a good tuna, tuna or egg salad, I'm good with that. I like that. There are not too many sandwiches I don't like, to be honest.
I just love sandwiches.
They're great.
Yep,
they're great. Good PB&J. Shout outs to a good PB&J, just like on the cheapest white bread imaginable with a cold glass of like milk. You almost can't beat that.
Or if you're lazy and also don't care about spending the money, get you some Uncrustables.
Uncrustables are
straight out the freezer. Let them sit for a minute, but it's still cold, and then you have milk with it.
I haven't tried this yet, but a friend of mine air fries Uncrustables, and it sounds incredible. I want to try it.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Sean,
you know what Uncrustable is, Sean? That might be an American thing.
I think it might be here.
It's a PB&J, circular. It's just
a circular PB&J. That's all it is.
Let me throw a twist at you guys on this, and this is going to upset 1/3 of our Discord. Okay, when I say this, waffle, peanut butter and jam sandwich. You get those Eggos. You put peanut butter jam in there. Try that out.
I bet it'd be good.
Also, try this the next time you guys do a PB&J. Put butter or margarine on the bread first, and then the butter. Try that, because I was an adult when I discovered that most people don't do that.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's how my PB&Js were made growing up as a kid. And I just thought that's how you made it. And then I don't even remember how it happened, but I was obviously making it in front of somebody else. And like, what the hell are you doing?
Hang on, what?
I love that there are people in Sean's life growing up that just call him out for doing silliness. Like, you haven't opened your map, Sean? What are you doing?
It is honestly like my whole life, like not realizing how weird things are. Like, we grew up with a minivan that was like standard transmission. Like, it was a 5-speed, had a clutch and everything. Like, I didn't know what an automatic transmission was growing up. Like, how does it know to go backwards? Like, I don't understand this, So yeah, try PB&J, throw on that, your choice, butter or margarine on the bread first. But that would have been my answer, honestly, was the old PB&J. Just
classic.
Nice and simple. Or I think I've told you guys this as well, peanut butter and chocolate chips. And you get a nice little peanut butter and chocolate kind of business going.
Little Reese's moment. Yeah.
But not really, but like It's okay. It costs you 15 cents.
It's close enough.
Mhm.
You know, it's adjacent. It's a nice little treat. Peanut butter and honey is really good.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah, that's really good. That's one of those, like, when you're a kid and it's like late at night and you're just kind of like anything you could find in the pantry.
What do you mean when you're a kid? I honestly think I did this like last week.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can do it as an adult
Peanut
too.
butter and
That's,
honey.
that's where it started.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Shout outs to just a grilled cheese. Like,
grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese is so good. You know, still
they're
just
making a
the
comeback.
classics.
I think. Yeah, grilled cheese making a comeback.
Yeah, we're bringing it back. Good for them. They're coming back.
That grilled cheese making a comeback.
It's making a comeback because I said so.
Oh my god.
Oh man. What a show.
Yeah, we're entering Elvis territory, says McBeal in the chat, who would just be like, yeah, my favorite sandwich is like peanut butter, banana, marshmallow fluff, and like bacon. And I went up to like 400 pounds and died.
So weird. I'm doing all this running and I'm not losing any weight. So strange.
Yeah.
I told you guys about peanut butter and chocolate chips.
Shout outs to Elvis.
Yeah. Shout
What's up, Elvis?
Peanut butter and banana, Austin Dave. Yes, PB and banana. That's good
stuff. Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Man.
We have RPG questions. We have RPG.
Well, we've run out of time. Thanks everybody for joining us this week on the Nintendo Drive.
We pinned it for too long.
Yeah.
This truly was. This does feel like we got a little bit of post-show energy mixed into the main show anyways. It does feel that way. Oh wait, Locklith, we've missed this question.
Well, I was saving it for a reason.
Okay, all right. I'll let you do your thing.
It.
Let him cook.
I legit pinned that question.
Okay.
So, all right. So, RPGs. I know we've got like a list of what the best RPGs are on Switch. However, I'm going to go through some of these other questions because some people like to add their answers to their questions. So, Mr. Garrett Bland, the doctor themselves, asks, what's the best RPG on the Switch and why is it Atelier, Ryza, Ever Darkness, and the Secret Hideout?
Atelier.
Buonasera.
Come closer. Atelier.
Is that game that Garrett did on the RPG Cave recently?
It's in that same series. It isn't that game, but it is in the same series. Yeah.
Because if it was that game, I'd been like, according to the thumbnail, I know exactly why you play that game.
How could you forget that the one that Garrett talked about on the RPG Cave was Atelier Marie remake, the like Alchemist of Salzburg or whatever.
Alchemist of Salt. I don't know. I can't remember these things. I just had Atelier in it. That's all I know.
Atelier. Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know what it is.
Well, that's Garrett's answer. I know we'll probably get to it when we get to our list. Nagachaka asks something similar. Now that the PlayStation Drive has given us their best RPGs on PS5, what are the best RPGs on Nintendo Switch? And why are there Nier Automata, Persona 5 Royal, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3? So we know Nagachaka's answers. But do we want to get into our list now? Or should we go through the rest of these questions?
Is there anything? Can we possibly pin it any longer?
Can we possibly pin it any further?
We could pin it further with Miles of Amanda asked, what was the first RPG you ever played that you immediately fell in love with, and what console was it on?
I don't know. Mine. Do you have anything that comes to mind? Because I do.
Mine's immediately World of Warcraft. On the
nice, good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
Immediately. Yeah. That's where Locklith came from. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
I love that. Yeah. Hey. For me it was FF6, Final Fantasy 6. Super Nintendo, like that was the one for me. Like that was the one that like that kind of like it tuned me into so many different things. That was when I was like, oh, video game music. Hello. And it was also like story in video games. Like that was, you know, like that was when I was like, oh my God, like that game like got to me, like even as a kid, like just some of the stuff that happens in that game is truly, you know, emotional. Even just the opening sequence of that game is like chilling. Like, I just remember, like, that stuff is so striking to me. I remember my reaction to that when I played it the first time with my childhood friend Justin. Yeah, it was definitely FF6 for me.
Sean Capri.
I didn't think I was allowed to play role-playing games growing up. Couldn't understand them. So I feel like the best answer to this, and there might be a more accurate one somewhere in my archives of memory, but I feel like the truest answer is like probably Fallout 3, where I actually got it. I completed the game. I did the side quests. I like kind of understood what it was asking of me, and that was it. So I've had to kind of backfill from there quite a lot. But we didn't have the consoles growing up, so we kind of watched a lot of neighbor Matt playing Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 8 and 6 or 3 or 4 or whatever the hell they were called. Like, I don't even know. And back in the day, we weren't even sure if Zelda was a role-playing game or not. Like, we kind of looked at it like, maybe it is. Like, not
Zelda
really sure.
2 for sure is.
Zelda 2, yeah. Like, yeah. So yeah, for this question, it would be Fallout 3. Go out and find your dad, Liam Neeson, even though he should be the one finding you. He's got all those skills and whatnot. It's like, nice. Dad, what are you doing, man?
Liam Neeson in that game is just like water, like just talking about water. Like, what is he?
I'm listening. I'm listening. Tell me more.
Yeah.
It's the water.
Water.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Good game. Good question. Yeah, nice one.
Good answer.
Good answer.
So dumb.
All right, what else we got?
Brian Eck asks, how do you feel the Switch library compares to previous Nintendo consoles when it comes to JRPG, RPG genre? When it's all said and done, could you see the Nintendo Switch as being the definitive platform for players who are new to the RPG genre? Look forward to your thoughts. And as always, I believe this is for you, Seth. Keep up the great work with the shorts.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, what's even in contention with it? Like, what's even in contention with the Switch?
In Nintendo land? Probably, like, I would think maybe PlayStation 1, maybe PS2, possibly.
I was thinking maybe Vita. Like
Vita,
maybe,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, but I mean, honestly, like in terms of the sheer volume, and a lot of that stuff has now come over to Switch.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
You know, I mean, when you consider all of the ports and like the grand scope of everything, I mean, like what is even possibly in contention with
Agreed.
It?
Yeah.
You know,
I think it's interesting because I don't know about you guys, but like I have a hard time declaring something that is contemporary or modern as like the best of all time.
I do too.
You know, like bands, I think especially, I remember hearing somebody like right after Imagine Dragons had like their first album, somebody's like, that's my favorite band ever. I'm like, they haven't really been around long enough. Like, don't you, surely there's someone else, like nothing against Imagine Dragons, but like, it just seemed weird. I remember having that thought. So yeah, same thing with Switch. I think objectively, I think is the answer, but we're in it. So it feels strange to declare the winner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, even like Brian X in the chat right now and says the Super Nintendo library has always been my top pick for best RPG library, but Switch has to be mentioned in the conversation. The thing about it is, too, like, some of the best Super Nintendo RPGs have made it over to Switch at this point, you know, in some way or another. So, you know, I mean, like, in the totality of it, it kind of has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Chrono Trigger, and that's like it.
Yeah.
Like, even Mario RPG is getting remade, you know, this year. So, you know, once you get Chrono Trigger on there, it's a lock. You know?
I told my brother, I was so excited to tell my brother Super Mario RPG is coming, and he's like, nah, that game sucks. I'm like, what? I haven't heard anybody say that. I feel like he might be just a little closed-minded. Maybe he might be misremembering, but I don't even know what compelled me to share that. But shout out to him.
Can I be honest? I do think I replayed when the Super Nintendo Classic came out. I replayed that game. That was the last time I replayed it. And I liked it, but I'll be honest and say that it did not like blow me away as much as it did when I was a kid. There are a lot of things that still hold up, but I'm going to be very curious to see, especially now that we've played all these other games that have sort of like came after Mario RPG. There are a lot of people who are going to be playing Mario RPG this year for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be curious how well it holds up to those people, right? So, yeah.
I are little people, so it better hold up.
I've never played it.
Yeah.
I was like wondering,
really
when did he play it?
But
I didn't have it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Brian Eck and Jan 32 are both like in the background, just like with just
just waiting.
With a baseball bat. Yeah,
Big Louie. Mm-hmm.
I agree, Ryan. Like Ryan says, hot takes. Some of the Mario and Luigi games are actually better. Like the thing is like Super Mario RPG spun off effectively into Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario. And, they didn't get the opportunity to continue with that series. So I love it. And it has a lot of personality and great music and great characters, but it does feel like a first draft in a lot of ways, So I'll be interested to see how well it holds up. And look, I'm looking forward to playing the remake, but we'll see. Yeah. So anyways.
Last question before we go into our top ones.
Okay.
Savoy Prime says after yesterday's slander about Final Fantasy VIII on the PlayStation Drive, what do you guys think about it, and why is it better than Final Fantasy VII?
Why is 8 better than 7?
Because 7, 8, 9?
It's just broken. That's does not compute.
There's no universe where 8 is better than 7. I'm sorry. I do like both games, but it just isn't. Sorry.
Basically, just sorry.
But
that intro way better though. You got to give it to the intro for 8. That is pretty epic.
No, 8 is a great game, but there's just no world where 8 is better than 7.
Why are you downplaying the intro?
It's great. No, it's great. It is, but like the characters don't hit the same.
7 doesn't have that card game.
And like 8 gets a little too hung up on like the love story, element of it, and it's just a little, like 7 has more to say, I feel like, than 8
about
does.
The world. Yeah.
And I think the music of 7 is better. Yeah. And you know what though? Maybe this will immediately invalidate my opinion to everybody listening right now, but 10 is my favorite. So there you go. Go ahead and tune out now.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I have no opinions. No opinions.
I mean, there's a lot to love about 8. I haven't played it all the way through, but I think it's neat. I kind of like it. I'm not going to hate on 8.
I like them both. I won't hate on 8 either.
It doesn't sound like you like 8 at all. It sounds like you hate it.
That's the thing. There's no nuance in these conversations anymore. There's no. I can't say like, yeah, they're both great, but I do like 7 a little bit better. Nope, he hates 8.
It sounds like you couldn't have said anything worse about it.
Yeah, I knew I was going to lose somebody with that. I have now lost Ryan. I was on board with you, Seth, but now you've lost me. X is real bad. I love Final Fantasy X. I just do. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Not sorry. And all of these are on Switch. I mean, like at this point, just all the except for like
That's
13,
crazy.
They're basically, all X is Elon's favorite. You know what? They're the big one of the big core themes of Final Fantasy X, and maybe the reason I resonate with it so much is like daddy issues, and I think Elon does have daddy issues, so maybe it is Elon's favorite. So, anyways.
Well, those are our questions. Do we want to talk about RPGs and our faves?
Let's talk about them.
Unpin it finally.
You can and it just falls to the ground.
Just take the pin out.
An hour into the show, let's unpin it. Let's finally get to the show topic.
Yes.
An hour in. Let's get there.
Do we want to go round the room?
Yeah, because
clockwise or
whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
How do we want to do this? Because I mean, like, I feel like I feel like we, there were some people, who were like, are you gonna put together like a list? Like Nagachaka gave us 3 games, right? Mm-hmm. I got way more than 3 games. So like, do we just start rattling stuff off? Do we go like, what do we want to do?
Whatever your heart wants to go with, because I'll have less to rattle off with than y'all do.
Okay. Well, why don't you kick us off then, Lockleth?
I'll kick us off with Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I restarted that game recently.
Good answer.
Because I restarted that game recently. And I just love it. I like the whole it being different than the other Pokemon games. I won't go too much into Pokemon. You know, I don't want Seth to get all heated. Yeah,
don't get started.
Very touchy.
Yeah,
Seth's about to get upset. Don't want that to
Seth's
happen.
getting upset.
So I will not rattle on with that. But that was the first one that came to mind for me, just because of it being different than all the other ones. The music's really great, and just the whole I don't know. I liked the aspect of just throwing the Pokeballs. Like you literally just smacking Pokemon in the face and just running. You don't have to stop. You don't have to stop for him. It's like you have to be. All you have to do is be faster than your friend in a bear attack.
You do a drive-by.
Yeah.
A drive-by catching.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened to Side Dog? Oh, it was a drive-by.
It was a drive-by, dude.
Oh no,
we lost
awful.
him. He's gone.
Hi.
He's gone, baby. Oh my gosh.
But that was the first one that came.
Is that the best one? Like, is that, I don't know, maybe that's another episode altogether, but is that the best Pokemon game you can play on Switch?
On Switch, maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Like actually best one you can play. Yes.
I do really like that game a lot. Yeah. And look, compared to Scarlet and Violet, it looks like the Mona Lisa. Like it's pretty. Like I remember when I first booted up. Yeah. I mean, like it looks like fine art,
plain, you know,
right? Well,
she's kind of like she's looking at you like.
But we can agree that it's considered fine art, Sean.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. That's true.
The metaphor stands. You know. I remember booting that game up for the first time. I was like, ooh, this is a little rough, but it's nothing compared to Scarlet and Violet. I mean, it's like child's play.
never thought it was all that rough. I remember talking about that when that was a thing. It's like, really, guy? Like
people complained about the trees or something, but it wasn't really that big of a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
it's not nearly as bad. Like Scarlet and Violet, you know, makes it look like child's play. Like that game runs like butter compared to Scarlet and Violet. So,
if it's okay to throw in another game, not really on my top of the list, but I think similar in that way. I wish Monster Hunter Stories 2 ran better on Switch, because that game is actually very cool.
Does it run bad?
It runs pretty awful. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it's really a shame because it's a very cute game, very lot of life, a lot of places to explore, and you get into these towns and villages and it's bustling, but it's like 16 frames kind of just chugging along, unfortunately. And as soon as you know what, almost I should have had some sort of like warning, because if you don't notice it, it's probably for the best. Like if you don't see that sort of thing, you probably will enjoy it. But honestly, Seth, like I have that game on my wish list on Steam so that I can play it just with a solid frame rate, because it's actually really good. But unfortunately, it just doesn't play very good on that there Switch.
Damn,
that's
unfortunate.
Not like Fire Emblem Three Houses, Seth. It's a very good RPG.
Had to come up eventually.
Yep, that's the one.
I couldn't read it. I couldn't read the game, but I can acknowledge its quality.
Lachlan.
Seth's sitting here trying to read like an old man. Like,
dude, I had the Switch.
Binoculars at the TV. Just,
I had it held up to my face, so I couldn't read it. The text was so small.
Seth never felt
Maybe that's
so
how
old.
I missed the fact that Ingrid was dead in the field. Maybe I just didn't see it.
There was a warning that popped up. You just couldn't read it.
Just didn't know it, man. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Well, and even on that note, like there's some of these series. Is that the best Fire Emblem game on Switch? I think it might be. Is that
There's
the one?
An argument to be made. There's, it depends on who you ask. Like, I think Kevin was saying like that's the best like Switch game period, which I think is a little.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Calm down.
A little crazy.
Kevin. Yeah, we don't have to. Which means that we hate it. Which means we hate it. Worst game ever, 0 out of 10. But like we got to Engage, which came out earlier this year, which sort of, despite Engage being in the title, scaled back a lot of the relationship stuff and kind of got back a little bit to the kind of like classic, I guess, living that
Fire
married
Emblem.
life, I guess, right?
Disengage.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that the game is called Engage and the main mechanic centers around a literal ring, they kind of scaled back. The relationship stuff.
That was this year, 2023. Yes. That is crazy. Yes. Oh, maybe I'll go buy that and not play it.
Yeah, I want to play it. I want to play both of these. Maybe I could read that one. But you've got options, is what I'm saying.
Comes to the next episode of like Coke bottle glasses, just like these really thick lenses.
Guys, turns out I've needed glasses for years. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, you shouted out Monster Hunter Stories too. Monster Hunter Rise, man. That game
nice.
is like, and it's weird because Monster Hunter is like, yes, it's an RPG, but it's almost like in a league of its own. It's almost its own like genre. Like Monster Hunter is like this very particular kind of thing, but that game runs beautifully on Switch. You can get hundreds and hundreds of hours out of it. The online connection is flawless. Like if you play with people online, it is perfect. The Sunbreak expansion, like one of the all-time great expansions. Yeah, it's excellent.
Nice.
So, yeah. Keep up that Monster Hunter level a little bit.
I played Monster Hunter World, and that was my only Monster Hunter game. Man, I felt like it was pretty tough for me.
It's one of those games you need a Sherpa. It's one of those, those kinds of things.
Drellesh. Yeah.
Yep. Get you a Sherpa.
AI Drellesh. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy, this is why I didn't think like I could play RPGs. Like I carried this through like all the way. But I'm no Ryan Turford, I'm no Garrett Bland, but I played a few. On that, you mentioned the Vita before. Persona 4 is my shout out.
Yes.
For the Persona games that are here. Didn't play it on Switch though, so but I played on Vita, so I guess that makes me older than everyone else.
Just a step removed.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It and all of those like 3, 4, and 5 are now all on Switch.
Crazy. Yeah.
And like they're fantastic. My favorite Persona is Persona 5, but like I really love 3 and 4 as well. I haven't played them on Switch either. The first one I played was 3.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and like I really enjoyed it. Like I did really like those games when I played them. I played them on Vita too. Mm-hmm. And yeah, really dug them and got super sucked into it. Like that was the period of my life where I was just like working at GameStop, and between like when I'd go on break at GameStop, I'd just go into the break room and start busting out that Vita and playing that stuff. And but 5 is still that's my favorite overall. The story, the art, the vibes.
The gym teacher.
Unmatched. The gym teacher. Yeah.
Yeah. Got his comeuppance.
Unmatched. Oh yeah. Got what was coming.
That's as far as I got.
Yeah. The first palace.
The first dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Maybe the second one.
Just
I can't
desserts.
remember. No, I'll get back to it. Maybe eventually. Probably not. Who knows? Still got to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. But I have played Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Shulk and Dagban and the sexiness of all the men in that game. What the heck? What a game.
That's Dunban.
What a game. It's Dunban. Yeah. And yeah.
It's Rhine time, baby. Yeah.
Very good game. Yes.
It's a great game.
I got to get to 3. I have 2. I have actually all 3 like side by side, but
same.
Yeah. I think I got through the first 10 minutes of the second one and got pulled away to something else. Nothing against that game, but just me, guys.
I mean, like Xenoblade did need to be mentioned in this conversation because those are excellent. All 3 of them are excellent. Like, I mean, like they're all like 9+ out of 10. Like they're all very, very good. Some of the best soundtracks.
What am I playing the last story for from 2012? Just play Xenoblade 3. What am I doing with my life? Can somebody like help me play?
This is a literal cry for help.
Gosh, what am I doing?
Open your
what
map,
a great game, like an objectively incredible game that I actually like and I own and I'm interested in. Oh man. And here I am just playing with my Wii remote, for God's sakes.
Too busy playing with your Wii.
I guess so.
I've got all 3 of the Xenoblades too. I've only played some of the first one, the definitive edition. So definitely had to put that on my list. But I know eventually I'll get through all 3 of them. I just know the bandwidth that is. And since New Horizons is still not quite left me yet, I haven't ventured off to something that will be many, many hours.
Oh, it's so good though. It's just, you just lose time to it. Like it's like Animal Crossing in that way. It's like any other just great game. You sit down to play and you're like, just a little more. And then a month goes by and you haven't gone to sleep yet. And you're like, goodness gracious, this game's as good as crystal meth. So I hear, it just keeps you up for
Not that
What
you
am I
know
talking
anything about that.
Not that I saw Breaking Bad. That's it. Just references from Breaking Bad, and also the line cooks at the restaurant I worked at on the north side of Edmonton. For a while there.
It do be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it'd be like that.
Xenoblade. These games are incredible. I mean, like Xenoblade 3, for my money, like one of the great JRPGs of all time. Like, it's so good. And I'll shout out too. Playing the last story. I'll say too, another one that I think is on Switch, is incredible on Switch, that I think is another of my favorite JRPGs of all time, is Dragon Quest XI-S. That game is so good, and that was my first like kind of foray into the mainline Dragon Quest series, and like, it is excellent, dude.
That's the one that has the demo, right? Because I think I downloaded the demo. I just haven't played it yet.
You can play the demo for like 15 hours.
Yeah.
Like, it's excellent. I truly love that game, and that it runs great on Switch. Like, it's perfect for Switch. Like, being able to just like pick that up and play it in handheld mode and just have that world, like, it's so good. So
now, I'll name one that I haven't personally played, but it's on my list to purchase at some point, is the Ni no Kuni.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of them.
I'm like turning into an NPC like in front of your eyes. You got
those are popular on TikTok, Sean. You should go do that.
That's true. Yeah.
What is?
Yeah.
Being an NPC.
Being an NPC.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole rabbit hole we can get into.
That's a post show on its own.
Look, people are making some money doing that too. Yeah,
just like bumping into walls and stuff, or what?
No. So what it is people buy little like digital items to give them, and every time they do it,
you repeat a specific price.
A little clip. Yeah. No, I don't like that. No,
it's weird, man. People make money, dude.
Yeah, we can move on. Can I tell you guys something that's on my wish list? Like, I came into this with some categories. I have played a bunch of these games. These ones I have not. Any of these games I haven't played. They're on my wish list. Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters. I gotta get my hands on these things on Switch. Like, maybe this alone is like beats out any other Nintendo console just because they're here. You get all of them. They're like $100 for like 6 games. It's absolutely incredible. Got to check it out. Got to check out Collection of Mana. Speaking of collections and whatnot, probably should play Triangle Strategy at some point, since I am the world's number one Triangle Strategy fan in the world. Persona 5 is on my to-do list as well. I don't know if I'll play it on Switch, but although that I should. That is the place that probably should play it. Although it's
great for Switch,
Game Pass and whatnot. So, yeah. Was it Nagachaku who pointed out Nier Automata though?
Yes.
Yeah. Because that game is excellent. That game is very, very
incredible
good. People should definitely play that.
The Switch port is phenomenal too. Like they did a great job with the Switch port. Yeah.
Very good.
Nagachak is a huge Nier Automata fan. I love that game too. I'll pivot slightly into the like tabletop RPG adjacent sort of games. Eric was in the chat talking about Citizen Sleeper. Citizen Sleeper is wonderful. We did that on the Backtrackers, as a matter of fact, and it's really, really good. There's also a couple of Vampire the Masquerade games on Switch that are very underrated. If anybody out there is familiar, in fact, I think the RPG Cave did a tabletop episode where they talked about Vampire a little bit. There are 2 games, Coteries of New York and Shadows of New York, that are actually quite good. They're kind of like visual novel RPGs, and they're actually really good. If you're a Vampire the Masquerade fan, they're quite good. I recommend them. So, yeah,
neat.
I'll throw in 2 kind of similar games, Stardew Valley and a game that came out this year that I've played a little bit of, Alchemic Cutie. It's kind of a Slime Rancher meets Stardew Valley game. I
guess those are kind of RPGs, aren't they? You do have stats and whatnot.
Yeah, you're like, you have these little slimes on your ranch, so it's kind of similar to Slime Rancher in that way, in Alchemic Cutie, and then they're, I don't know, bad guys in the forest. You gotta go fight. Gotta go sell off your slimes, all the things.
Gotta go
and then
fight.
And then Stardew. I gotta reference the Stardew.
Yeah, that's, and even Stardew. I mean, these games even have combat. like go into the mines and start fighting people and whatnot.
Like 100 levels in the mines type of thing. Yeah.
I feel like Stardew is a game that's like waiting for me in my retirement. Like when I move into my retirement home, I'm just gonna we're gonna have our LAN parties and whatever, our computer lab rooms almost. Like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play Stardew Valley in my retirement. That just sounds.
That's kind of what the story of Stardew Valley is too.
That's true. Yeah. I've started it a few times and like it is very charming. It might be like the definition of a charming game. But people kind of, there's lots of various fandoms around it that I'm very intrigued by. Just all the different lives you can live and the people you can go either romance or become friends with or upset or whatever. Like whatever, I don't know. It's just a lot of different ways you can play that game, which like so many others, I wish that I could wrap my head around that. Like people like you, Lachlan, like you guys jump into an island and you go like, this is going to be this designed island. Like that concept is so foreign to me. I remember watching like Kato do it or Argo where you're just like, what you're doing. And I'm like, I guess I'll just clear out these weeds and maybe plant some like foreign fruit around here. And that's it. I'm like, look at me go. Amazing. I caught a sea bass. Hooray.
I got a sea bass.
Well, sometimes you have an eye for that. And sometimes you have an eye for the last story, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's right.
Broken individual. Yeah. Just running away from my problems every weekend. Oh man,
that's okay. We all are.
Has anybody played Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE on? Yes. I played it on the Wii U.
So did I.
That game, I mean, I asked about is Fire Emblem Three Houses the best Fire Emblem game on Switch? But I think Sharp FE that's the Fire Emblem of the FE.
That's true. Yeah,
but also a Persona game. It's a Shin Megami Tensei thing.
It's a crossover, baby.
It's really weird and really good though. Like that's a musical. That's the one we need to be.
That is a musical.
Full-on musical.
Yeah.
Very cool game.
Let's get that.
That was one that was like maybe one of the last Wii U games to come over. It was like, is that one going to be ported over to Switch? And people should definitely check that out. I feel like it gets lost in the mix. There's so many great games that we've talked about today. But that's a unique, very strange kind of game, but very stylistic. Your personas are Fire Emblem characters, and it's awesome. It's like these knights that kind of come out of nowhere. It's really cool. I like that game a lot.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that one to the table. That's a great one. Y'all should not sleep on that. I'll shout out the World Ends With You and Neo The World Ends With You, Twewy and Neo Twewy, if you like. The World Ends With You, TWEWY.
No.
Twewy.
No.
Yeah, Neo Twewy and Neo Twewy.
Necessary.
Yeah, that's totally necessary. These are great games. I love them both. I haven't finished Neo Twewy yet. I need to go back to it.
It sounds like you're regressing to a toddler when you're talking.
Yeah, I love it. But both very good games. I like them a lot. Both Twewy games.
Oh my god. I feel like Elder Scrolls or Skyrim need to be referenced.
Dude, Skyrim was in the first commercial.
Yep.
Oh.
They hung their hat on Skyrim. Yeah.
Big time. That was like, there's like, that looks like Skyrim. Like, no way Skyrim's on this system. But yeah.
I've never played it on this system, so I don't know how it runs, but
it runs good. Yeah, it runs.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally fine. Like to me, it's like indistinguishable from playing it on 360 or whatever.
I mean, it should be.
Yeah, I mean, like it would be bad if it were worse.
The 360 came out in 2005 or 2006.
The game came out. The game released in 2011. I mean, it should probably run okay. But yeah, like it's totally fine, and you can get a Hylian shield and like the Breath of the Wild tunic in it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's funny.
It's got to be better than Skyrim VR because that thing ran awful.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, some of those, the older VR on PlayStation was not the best. The Skyrim one was my least favorite one.
Got him. I love that.
Mic drop.
Mic drop moment. I talked recently, maybe it was last week on the show, about the Ease series that I've recently gotten into. Ease. YS. Ease Guillemot. Hello.
Thank you for playing me.
That was so good. Thank you for playing me. Yeah, Ease. I'm playing Ease Origin, but there's a ton of different Ease games, and I am now like wanting to dive into that entire series, and a lot of them are on Switch. And yeah, shout outs to Ease Guillemot.
It's not hard. It's ease.
Ease. It's Ease.
Oh man,
not easy, just Ease. Yeah, I've got a lot
I feel like
more.
people want us to say something like Octopath Traveler. I'm not gonna say Octopath Traveler.
Sure,
it looks
obvious.
really great. Well, I don't know. Like I don't know. I wish I played is on a wish list. Live Alive, I think looks really cool.
Yes,
and a lot of people had really great things to say about that. I believe it was like Rebecca from Nintendo Shack. I think it was like her game of the year last year.
I wouldn't go that far. It's really good though. Yeah, it is really good. It's one of like the final chapter of that game kind of like put a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest. But there's a lot of good things about Live Alive. I do recommend everybody play it. It's like quick too. You can play it in like 20-25 hours. It's not the longest thing in the world. I enjoyed it quite a lot. But yeah, and Octopath, like Octopath and Octopath 2, I think are strong, but in both games, I ended up falling off. Like I wound up falling
That's why
off
I don't
want
to say it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm like if it's just like bad time and place, but in both of them, I put like 10 hours and then I fell off. So let's go, Yon32. Rebecca and Donnie both team French toast. I love it. I love it. I love to see it.
I say stack them up. Put them all together.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would be down for that. I like 3. Mm-hmm. I tried to say that I like all 3, but Locklith would not allow it.
You must choose. Now you're my enemy.
Can I shout out a few indie RPGs?
Brian asked why we haven't said Shin Megami Tensei 5. I haven't played it. It sounds very, very hard.
Yeah, haven't played it. I think Eric played it. Eric, I think, picked it up and played it for a bit, but I don't think he finished it. But that game was in development for forever. So, yeah.
I haven't played a lot, so my list is done.
Well, I do have some indie RPGs, if y'all will allow it. First of all, Nobody Saves the World, I think, could be considered an RPG.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that game. You can play as like all kinds of different stuff. I mean, if you take role-playing game in the most literal sense, Nobody Saves the World is maybe the most RPG. Which
I wasn't thinking of that at all. That is such a great answer. I played that earlier this year, and you're right. Like, gosh, don't you play as a horse at one point?
You can be a horse, a mermaid, a mouse,
turtle. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh,
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
You can level them up. You get stats and new abilities to go through the world. It's it's really great. Drinkbox doesn't miss. Drinkbox does not miss.
That's so true. Yeah.
Severed. Shoutouts to Severed's great. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Shoutouts to Severed. There's a game called Eichenfell, which is like I think we were talking about Mario and Luigi earlier. That's kind of a Mario and Luigi-esque RPG, turn-based, but like active turn-based, where it's like timing with your attacks and stuff. But it's almost like a very like a great story with great characters set in like this wizarding school, kind of like Harry Potter-ish. It's really good, and I feel like quite underrated. Eichenfell, Ikenfell. If anybody wants to check that out. The 2 Loathing games, West of Loathing and Shadows over Loathing, are excellent. Some of the funniest games on the Nintendo Switch, and like these unassuming, you would love them, Sean. Like the humor. It's like you're playing as these stick figure characters. It's really good. Those are great. I haven't played it yet, but I know that Chained Echoes is a well-regarded.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Indie
there's
RPG.
Too many.
Yeah.
Now everything you say from here on out is just gonna hurt. Everything's gonna be like a bullet. Words are like bullets.
Words are like bullets. I want to shout out Monster Sanctuary, which is a really excellent. It's a great like open world Metroidvania like Pokemon thing where you build like this team of you know, of like Sea of Stars in 2 weeks. Sea of Stars in 2 weeks.
Pretty nuts.
We're coming up on it. And in Monster Sanctuary though, you kind of like it's like you build this team of like Pokemon-esque things that also give you abilities to traverse the world like a Metroidvania. It's great. So good. And last one I'll shout out is a very special game called Unsighted, which is a RPG that sort of looks like Ghost in the Shell a little bit, like an old like anime.
Yeah.
But like the whole like everybody in the world is running on, they're all like androids and they're running on a limited resource, so they all have a ticking clock and one day will die. So it's very like intense, and you earn this resource, this like meteorite dust, and you have to choose who you give it to. And it can be like very like there's some intense moments that can come from that. So yeah, I love that game. It's like Majora's Mask, like ratcheted up in that way.
Goodness.
So, yeah.
I see that. I see that Brian Eck mentions Eastward and Undertale. I've seen Undertale. Like I know the whole game. I spoiled it for myself, unfortunately, so I know what happens in Undertale. Eastward, I have, but I haven't played it yet, so I'll have to report back when I actually play
Eastward
it.
was cool. Eastward was like the longest short game I think I've ever played. Like
that sounds terrible.
That sounds awful.
And not in a good way. Like I don't necessarily like the pace of it is strange. Like it's slow. Like it is a very like slow, quiet game, and you kind of need to be prepared for that. Like
quiet.
Like it's kind of like plotting a little bit. Like and it's one of those things where like I kind of like what's happening, but like it takes a long time for things to happen, I guess, is what I mean. You'll play that game for like 10 hours probably total, but it feels like 30, you know? Like it's...
Doesn't that mean you get lost in the story or no?
I guess, I don't know. Not a ringing endorsement.
No.
But like I still liked it.
I haven't even started it yet, and I'm not excited.
Yeah, like... But weirdly, I still dug it. Like I don't know. I feel weird about it.
It's like you. It's like Sean's The Last Story. He's unsure.
Yeah, Yon32 mentions Mario plus Rabbids.
Back to it tonight.
Yeah, it's going right after this. Yeah, Yon32 mentions Mario plus Rabbids. I do really like both of those games. That Rayman DLC is coming out at the end of the month, as a matter of fact, for Sparks of Hope.
That brings up a whole other thing. Like, that is a good game. Both of them, very good games. Kingdom Battle and Sparks of Hope does not strike me as role playing. It's tactical, but I guess tactical RPG. Like, that's the thing, man. That's a whole other thing.
You get into the weird like subgenre. Like, what is a role playing game? And technically, isn't any game where you play? Yeah, well, actually, technically, isn't every game where you play as a character, you're playing a role? You know, like, I mean, you know,
yeah,
you go a million different ways. RPGs are what you make it. Home is where you make it. You know,
I think you can play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 on Switch.
That's right. I think that's
Baldur's
right.
Gate, very, it's the hotness.
Neverwinter Nights.
Baldur's Gate Switch. Can you play this on the Switch? Yeah, they got like the dual pack. Yes.
Yep.
So
you can play the KOTOR games on there if you want to.
Yeah.
I know Sean loves those. Totally holds up.
Yep. What a great twist. Never saw that coming. Holy.
No spoilers.
I'm not spoiling it, but like I don't have to. You can. It's so obvious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well,
next week we'll do the best RPGs on the 3DS. And for those keeping track at home, yes, the PlayStation Drive did the RPGs on PS5. Here on the Nintendo Drive, we're doing the best RPGs on Switch. Tomorrow night, or on Thursday night on the Xbox Drive, probably going to talk about the best Call of Duties.
So the trend continues.
We are not doing this. We're not doing the RPGs on the Xbox Drive this week. Maybe when Ryan returns, perhaps. But Donnie, Reese, and I, not going to happen.
Well, but you know, I mean, Call of Duty's kind of an RPG, right? It's you level up, you get the equipment on the weapons, you know.
You play the role of the soldier.
Yeah.
See through his
that's
eyes.
your character.
Totally. Yep.
You know, so
I guess just role-playing games are just games then.
It counts. Every game is an RPG if you think about it.
Oh my gosh, we are broken.
Yeah. That's what we've arrived to. Anyways, we've shouted out so many games, but I like, the Switch is such an RPG machine. Like there are probably a million more that we've missed, you know? So I'm sure we will get plenty of comments from people who are like, how dare you not shout out my favorite game?
We didn't shout out Bravely Default 2, I guess. I didn't play it. Didn't play Default.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So anyways, RPGs. Pretty good. Ryan.
I feel like my big takeaway is I should just play Xenoblade. Like that's my big takeaway. So probably won't do that, obviously, but that's something I'll be thinking about tonight.
While you play the last story.
Yeah.
As I'm playing the last story tonight, I'll think about it.
Why am I doing this? Yeah, exactly.
Well, Kevin, or the Muffin Mon, asks a very difficult question.
I forgot about this. Yeah.
Wanting us to rank not our RPGs, but rank Peach, Daisy, Rosalina, and I feel like for Seth, I need to add, what's her name?
Pauline.
Oh yeah,
what's
Pauline.
her name?
What's her face?
and Kevin says, and tell me why the correct order is Rosalina is better than Daisy, which is way better. Apparently, there's a lot of greater thans. Peach. You didn't even mention yours, Seth.
Yeah, first of all, I'm offended that Pauline not even in the conversation.
Not even
didn't even reach my lips.
I'm offended. First of all, Pauline better than all of them, of course. Then I guess I've flip-flopped on Rosalina hardcore. I really have. Like when Mario Galaxy first came out, Rosalina was like the new hotness, and like, everybody loved her, and she's like got the hair over the one eye, and she's but like they've done so little with her beyond just shoehorning her into other games that like I kind of, she's kind of dropped for me over the years. I wish they'd done more with her. I wish that there was some concept art for Mario Odyssey where she was going to be in New Donk City as like an acoustic guitar player. And I was like, where was that? Like put that in, in the game, and I would have loved that. But anyways, Pauline, I think, Daisy, Rosalina, and Peach, I think is what I'm going to go.
What is going on with Peach? Why does everybody hate Peach for? What are you talking about?
All good. I don't hate any of them, but they're, but Peach I think is the least.
Sean, what's your order?
Rosalina, Peach, -- 1,000 dashes, Daisy. I won't try to sit on the fence like Seth over here going, oh, like everybody, like Daisy sucks. Daisy is so lame. What are you guys all up in Daisy
does
for?
Not suck.
Daisy is so
Peach
lame.
is basic.
Oh.
Everybody in the chat, Peach is basic. That's what a lot of it comes down
basic?
to. No. Little basic.
What does that even mean?
I like her.
Would you rather her be acidic? Like, is it you just want to, is that a pH thing? Like, what's going on here?
But like the thing about Daisy though too, Daisy, like Peach, contends with Bowser and stuff like this. And I do think the characterization of Peach has gotten much better. Especially like in the Mario movie. I think Peach is great in the Mario movie, but it took us a while to get there, I feel like.
It took us a while. The first game she was playable and she ruled. She just jumps forever.
I agree. I don't dislike
You're getting me heated about this Peach situation. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. I won't have it.
This is why I saved it to the end, y'all. I knew it was going to get heated.
Yeah.
What is it like? Where does Daisy even show up? What are you talking about?
Listen.
Speaking of the movie version of Daisy, what a terrible character. Do you remember what I'm even talking about, Seth? You even know?
Yeah, from Mario 93, where they called her Princess Daisy. Yeah.
Daisy.
And Samantha Mathis.
Amnesia.
Oh, come on. That's cool. She was left in front of a Catholic church or whatever as a baby with a meteorite around her neck.
The Penguin in Batman Returns.
And he's great too.
That's true. He's way better. He's way better of all the orphans. Come on, man.
Top 5 orphans.
Do y'all want to know my order?
Bruce Wayne, the Penguin. What?
Do y'all want to know my order?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please,
I'll
Scott.
start by also showing my physical with my order.
Oh.
Bring it.
I'm gonna
Let's
say
go. You found her.
I'm gonna say Peach first.
Yes.
Peach first.
Now we're talking.
First.
Yes.
Just because she's got a game that's coming out for just her.
Yes, which by the way, on the like financial briefing, the official title was like untitled video game starring Princess Peach or something like that. It's very good. Anyways.
So I'm excited for that. Her take in like the Mario movie was great.
Yes.
And because I've always been a Rosalina stan before now, but I kind of, when you look into it, it's like, well, what does Rosalina do besides just look like a badass, honestly?
She's like a god. Like I don't even like it's what's that song, She's So High Above Me, that's how I kind of feel about She's so high. That's how I feel about Rosalina.
Good. What does Daisy do? What does she do? Tell me something
about
aliens.
Fight aliens that invaded her home.
The thing I liked about Daisy initially, like growing up, was because she had brown hair.
Brunette.
Yeah. It was nice to see a brunette because it's like everyone likes Peach and Rosalina, but Daisy's got brown hair and she's kind of lame though.
JB shouts out Daisy is sporty. They've kind of started to whitewash Daisy a little bit. Daisy, if you look at old artwork and Daisy in other games, Daisy was she was not just as white as Peach. You know what I mean? So I kind of liked that too.
She's looking a little Snow White here nowadays.
Yeah, she's they're kind of whitewashing Daisy a little bit, but yeah, we do stand the brunettes. Brian Eck's got me. Pauline is S tier. Yes.
I just don't understand this, you guys. Pauline's sending Mario no P-Wing.
Wait, what?
I was going to call her Penelope.
Penelope.
Oh my god.
I forgot her name again. I almost said Penelope.
Exactly. Forgettable.
I'm so
mad.
Sean, where can people find you on the internet?
Oh my goodness gracious. You can find me on X at Sean Capri, Sean like Connor, Capri like the pants. And if you want my Switch code, listen to last episode. It's also enjoyable. It's at the end of that episode.
Wow. Doesn't want to take
I wasn't ready. I was thinking, look,
can
I be honest with you guys? Can I be honest with you? I was about to bring it up because I didn't remember that we had this question about Rosalina, Peach, and Daisy and whatnot. So I was about to go get it ready. Then when we started talking about it, I got a little distracted, if I'm being honest. I got a little heated. I don't regret it though, Seth. I got a little worked up. And even by talking about this, I have not bought myself enough time to find my damn friend code. Where the hell is this thing? Oh, add me as a friend on Switch at SW687902366588. That's 88, like Eric Lindros. Seth.
Who is Eric Lindros?
Oh my gosh, he's a great hockey player. Come on, man. Eric Lindros.
Never heard of him.
Oh,
so, who do you play for?
The Philadelphia Flyers, and he's got concussion issues, and he's taken out way too early. No. Great player.
Damn. Yeah, I'm out on that. Sorry.
Eric Lindros. Come on.
Sorry.
Yeah, Rybo. Sorry. Wow. Just wait till Court hears this. Wait until Court hears this.
I'm sorry, Court. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
Where can people find you being sorry about things?
Sorry,
everybody. If I want to become an official Canadian, I have to learn these things. Sorry.
It's on the test.
Yes. You got to make sure. Yes, I'm on Twitter /X as $2 Hero. You can find me there, and then my Switch friend code is SW411280613454. Thank you very much for your friend requests.
So silly. Y'all can find me at x.com/LocklithTWT. Or you can find me on Instagram or on Threads at Locklith or here on YouTube. And I'm going to give y'all the first part of my code, but I'm going to give you the last 4 digits next week. So you have to listen to 2 episodes
I like this.
to get the full codes.
It's like a side quest.
I'm going to give you the Locklith 3 code this week because that's going to be the next Switch that I'm going to be playing on more primarily now that I finished my other island. So I'm going to give you part of it. SW79228309. That's all you're getting till next week.
Nice. I love that.
But thank y'all for hanging out with us for today's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Bump that like button if you haven't already. And feel this carful in the comments below with your favorite. Actually, no. Rank Peach.
Nice.
Daisy.
Hijack.
And Rosalina. And forget about Penelope in the comments below.
Mm-hmm. Pauline! It's Pauline! The best one!
Pineapple.
Anyways,
okay, good night. Good night.
Oh, I have to hit the button. Oh, I was going to say something else. Smarty. Okay. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.
Geek.